starting my new video series. So this week and today we are going to be talking about the sleep fundamentals. So there are 3 sleep fundamentals that I want to talk to you across the week. There's going to be the environmental factors, there's going to be the routine factors, and there's going to be the kind of science and sort of settling theories that we want to talk through. But today I'm going to talk to you about environmental factors that could affect your child's sleep. So this is all about getting your child's sleep back on track. That's the fundamental concept. So we're going to talk this week about sleep fundamentals, and then next week we're going to move on to another topic, which is exciting. So when I look at a family sleep situation, when I'm working one-on-one with a client, when I'm looking at questionnaires of troubleshooting calls or with my sleep school, I'm always trying to analyse the key fundamentals to make sure that their child has got the best opportunity for sleep. And the environmental factors are often perhaps considered but not really looked at in enough detail. So let's start from the beginning. If you have a newborn set up, then you want to make sure that you're following all the guidelines from the Lullaby Trust. They are awesome. Their resources are brilliant. Make sure you have a look at kind of what they've got to share with you. They have some really kind of clear guidance on things that we know that happen, and actually we need to recognise that we can support as sleep consultants. Things like co-sleeping and things like how you can manage your kind of environmental situation. So look at kind of what they tell you. But fundamentally, whether you've got a child that's under 6 months and should be sharing a room with you, or one that has their own room and the advice is to move them out after 6 months, you're looking at the key component factors that I'm about to tell you about. So let's run through it. Firstly, the most important thing I would bang on about forever is about the darkness levels. You want your child's sleep space to be as dark as possible. There is one exception to this, and in the kind of the newborn stage, when their body clock is just adjusting and they don't know the difference between night and day, which is in the first 6 to 10 weeks, maybe slightly longer, then it might be good to get them to nap in the day to regulate their body clock. And obviously, if you've got any kind of medical conditions like jaundice, you might want to consider them sleeping in the daylight. But otherwise, darkness is your friend. And the reason for that is that darkness helps us to feel sleepy because it helps our body to produce the hormone melatonin. So if you can keep your child's sleep space nice and dark, it should help them to go to sleep better, and it should help them to stay asleep for longer as well. So think about your sleep space. So I'm here sat in my new office in my bedroom, and you can see here we've got blinds. You can't quite see my hand, and we've also got curtains as well. Because that's my double check to know that I have got the right set of covering from my window for my own personal sleep. And on the other windows, we've actually got blackouts as well. So I would encourage you to look at your child's sleep situation and encourage them to get the darkness level right. You can do things like travel blackout blinds. You can use double layering like I have in my son's room. I always talk about the fact that we had a travel blackout blind, then a blind like this, a wooden blind, and then we had also curtains as well. So do as much as you can. If you don't have the blackout blinds, use cardboard, use foil, all those things, because it will really help you to settle them down to sleep. So that's the first thing. The other thing to consider is the environmental impact of noise. And so you can think about this from if you're sharing a room with your child, what noise are you making with sleep? If you've got siblings in the house, what noise might they be making as well? If you've got kind of other noise that's going on in the evening time or during the daytime, white noise is brilliant to cut out that kind of interruptive level of sleep. So, sorry, I've just got a little cough. It's good to kind of have it on a consistent level and at a conversational level as well. So you don't want it too loud or too quiet. You want it present in the room. And the reason for that is that it'll absorb any background noise. It might help them to settle, but it'll also bridge any kind of wakings that they have through the night as well, potentially. So get your white noise on, have it on a untuned device, maybe a radio. I'm gonna have to get through this without coughing. Or you can buy a white noise machine. The Marpac Hush ones are brilliant, so consider that as well. And then think about what they're sleeping in. So for babies, we're looking at cots, simple sleep space, doesn't need much more in it than just the mattress, breathable mattress. They're sleeping in a grow bag, and making sure there's kind of no pillows or cot bumpers are on there. Older children, you might have a duvet, but you don't need toys or anything in there. You can actually just have a simple space for them to sleep in. And then the other and probably last thing to consider is the temperature of the room. And often it's a bit cooler than you think. So between 16 to 21 degrees is normally the recommended level from the Lullaby Trust. So check your room temperature out and check what they're sleeping in. Sometimes we put too much heat into the room, and it's actually a cooler environment is better for sleep. So those are the key fundamentals. So I hope you got some little tips from there. Tomorrow I'll be back talking about routines, which is a big one to talk about. But yeah, it's all about these building blocks for sleep fundamentals. Take care and have a great day. Bye.